just being confident. Going out there and not being worried to mess up. The second you go out there to kick, not to miss, you're going to miss. It's just going to be confident when you go out there.
Growing up in Rock Hill, when did the kicking journey start for you?
So I played soccer my whole life, and I got burned out of that because it was my whole life, like all year round. If I wasn't with my club team, I was with high school. If I wasn't with them, I was with a different club. So then got burned out of that. Got to the point in high school where I wanted to switch it up, so stuck to something else that involved kicking. So I went to football and started kicking there, and that's how this journey started in ninth grade.
Ninth grade?
Yes, ninth grade.
When did you kind of realize maybe I could do this in college? What grade?
Probably sophomore year. I was really doing good. I got a lot of confidence from my coaches. I worked with Dan Orner, who went to Carolina and was in the NFL for a little bit. Got connected with him, and ever since then I've had the confidence to go out there and do my job. And yeah, that's basically it.
As you know, the recruiting process with specialists is different than almost every other position. What was that like for you to navigate?
The hardest thing was getting in touch with them. So I just posted videos on Twitter and then tagged the coaches that I would like to see that, and that's how basically everything happened. Went to a lot of camps my junior year of high school, and this was one of them I went to. And ever since then, just kept in contact with them, and that's how all this started.
Did you get an offer from any schools in the process?
So I did not, and I don't know if that's because of my exposure or due to the fact that I was a junior. I was really young. So after the camp, it was a couple weeks later, NC State called me and was like, hey, like, giving you an offer. Let us know in a couple days what you think. And then a couple days later, I told them I'd commit. And yeah.
What kind of maybe a confidence boost or an ego boost that, you knew at a certain point they weren't going to go get a kicker in the portal, that you had a chance to be this guy? What was that like to kind of go through that December, that January period? When the portal is always active.
Yeah, correct. So all throughout the off season, I trained, and I had the confidence to go out there and do what I knew I could do, which make kicks. So I went out there, and all throughout the training camp and off season, the coach was like, "All right, doing good, keep it up and everything." When we got to fall camp or spring ball, I think that's what really showed them that I had it in me to be the guy. And so after spring ball, they were like, all right, like, you did good in the spring game. We're going to give you an offer to, like, be the starting guy. And I was like, perfect, sounds good. And so that's how that happened.
Did they put you on scholarship yet, or is that something you're working toward?
So right after the spring game, they were like, hey, we're going to put you on scholarship since you're a starting guy. And which was amazing. Called my dad and parents right after that, my mom and dad. Very excited. It took a little while than I expected, but it's fine. Everything happens for a reason. I just trusted God's process and all of that. And yeah, after the spring game, gave me a scholarship, and I was excited.
Is that a sense of relief to get that and kind of know you've been working toward that to finally see that goal?
Oh, for sure. It was definitely a sense of relief. A lot of pressure from my parents because out of state's really expensive, not a cheap thing at all. So being out of state is a little bit of a struggle. That was something that me and my parents talked about a lot, about trying to do your best to get one because it was putting a lot of strain on that. So yeah.
What, I'm guessing there was a academic component to this too, for wanting to go to NC State. What is your major? What are your kind of academic dreams?
I'm in sports management. I want to stay in the realm of football and everything. If being a player in football comes to an end, so I'm doing stuff like that to try and stay in the football scene.
And talking to you now for the first time, I get a chill vibe. And Coach Goebel said that one of the things he liked about you as a kicker is that, I don't know, there's like a certain serenity, he said, like a calmness about you. How does kicking and calmness kind of go hand in hand?
Definitely goes hand in hand. I've always been a chill, nonchalant guy. I guess it really helps. I mean, I go out there and I'm just really calm and everything, and I turn all the crowd noise into white noise in my head, and I just block it all out. you know. Sometimes you go to sleep with white noise, helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like kind of like calming. So all that crowd noise is like not pressure to me. It's not getting in my head, but yeah, it definitely helps a lot being really like chill and laid back.
What did you kind of learn from Christopher Dunn and Braden Narveson?
Say that again?
What did you learn from Christopher Dunn and Braden Narveson?
I definitely learned from them being consistent in everything and being confident. That was really big whenever they were coming through and everything. You know, Chris was here for a while, Lou Groza, and tried to go to the NFL and all that. And Braden, he transferred in and had a lot of reps behind as well and everything. And so he was really, really good. And so I just learned to like just be confident when you go out there to try not to miss a kick. You're gonna miss a kick. Go out there to make a kick and just be confident. I mean, whenever I'm standing back there, I just think to myself the one thing: just rip it. You know what I mean? So I'm just back there, relaxed, and take a deep breath and just go through the swing and everything.
You mentioned getting burned out on soccer. I mean, were you doing it at a pretty high level? Were you one of those kids that people were like 12 years old, he's a soccer prodigy?
So I wouldn't really say prodigy, but growing up I was always really good. I was very athletic growing up, and playing soccer was just something I really loved at the time. I started whenever I was 3. I played club soccer really the whole time. I was always on the top teams and stuff. In the summertime I played for this team in Germany. It's called Bayern Munich. They came over, had some coaches come over and built a team, and I played for them for 2 years. And in middle school and stuff, I had like offers to go overseas to train
I would call that. I would say that's kind of a prodigy.
I wouldn't say all that. I had some offers to go and see what everything was about over there, and I felt like it, but it's money thing. It's really expensive, and I was really young. You know, I wanted to have a life and everything.
You kicked an extra point last year. You know, I guess what was that experience like actually getting on the field, and kind of how has that helped you, I guess, going into this year, knowing that you're the guy?
Yeah, that definitely helped for sure. I was really close with Braden. Me and him were very, very close, and so we were playing VMI, and he was like, "Hey, like next extra point, since we're up a lot, just give Kanoah a chance, see what he can do." I wasn't really expecting it, but whenever it was my chance and my name got called, I said, "All right, here we go, let's do it." And the same thing as right now. I went out there, cleared my mind, took a deep breath, and just ripped it through the uprights, and everything was good.
And how long does it take to get this consistent swing? You're like, that's what Coach Lawrence talked about, Coach Cole was talking about. Like, doesn't matter whether it's an extra point or a 50-yard kick, the kind of approach is the same. So how long does that take to develop that, not try to kill the ball when it's 50 yards away rather than, just go through it?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. It's just something that I've developed over the years. Training with Dan Orner, he was really good with just being calm and consistent and everything. And whenever you try and rip it, or whenever you try and like smash it, it's just gonna go everywhere. So just being really consistent with everything, your swing and all that, and having everything timed up really helped with, I guess, the smooth leg swing.
You had the 50-yarder in the spring game. What would you consider your range?
Depends on the game and where we are. At the Mayo Classic, I don't know which way it was, but there was one way I could go, and I hit a 63 in warm-ups, and then going the other way, I hit 55. So I told them my range for going one way was 54, the other was 60. So it depends on the weather and everything. If it's windy, depends on the type of stadium it is. If it's like a big bowl, like the Duke's Classic was, it's going to swirl a little bit. The flags up top are going one way, the wind was going another on the field, so it all depends.
Going back home last weekend, home area, did you have a big crowd? What was it like to kind of like show everybody like, hey, this is where all my hard work is starting to pay off? Yeah,
so I think in total we had 28 people, and that's close friends and mostly family. They all came and watched me and everything, and my grandpa for the first time he saw me play and everything, so that was exciting. But going back to that area was definitely a surreal experience, especially in that stadium, growing up watching it. So yeah, it was very exciting.
So to put 28 in perspective, what will be here on Saturday?
Say that again?
To put the 28 in perspective, how many people in Team Kanoah will be here on Saturday?
Probably like 12.
Okay,
15,
so it was an extra 14 or 18.
So, yeah, for sure. My parents, they rent an Airbnb house out, and it's down the road in Cary, and it's a big house. They got a lot of people come in, and there's like 4 or 5 bedrooms, and so everybody stays and hangs out and everything after the game, and they cook and everything. So yeah.
NC State sent some kids to the league. Does that sort of feel like your job, your time? It's like a responsibility, I guess, some type of job.
It definitely holds a little bit of pressure behind it, but I just trust everything that the coaches have done for me and all the things, the situations they have put me in for building that confidence to go out there and do what I know I can do. That's definitely something that I look forward to in the future. So yeah.
I want to stay in football, whether that's in the NFL or maybe in coaching or somewhere else. What does it mean to be at NC State and have the resource to be able to pursue a career in football after playing these early?
Thanks, DJ.
I mean, it's good. Having these coaches who have a lot of experience with these other guys, have put a lot of people through into the league or different leagues, definitely helps a lot. They know what they're doing. The coaches here are really good. So yeah.
Then going back